Have you ever been scrolling online, just enjoying your daily dose of brain rot, memes, until finally you run into them, the debate me bros. Like there are literally random dudes on the screen saying, God is not good, he is evil, but God also doesn't exist. And if you voted for Trump, you are a horrible human being, despite them not believing truth even exists.
Truth exists. Are you going to deny truth exists?
That is a deeper philosophical debate.
Are you a Bible-believing Christian?
Indeed.
What do you got for me, Oswald?
Atheism cannot prove logic exists, therefore any atheist.
Oh, fuck off. What an idiot. I have words that mean nothing. Goodbye, Oswald. Have yourself a wonderful night.
They have the most obvious rage bait prompts right there for people to call in, which is pretty funny because if you look back, anti-theists and debate me bros, they've been some of the first people online to ever engage in rage bait. Like imagine showing up to debate ethics while your opponent is literally dressed up as Satan. They're trying to rage bait the Christians into getting angry at them so they can call them fragile snowflakes. Which is funny, but that's so 2008. You gotta evolve.
Yes, I have everything set. I have the demon horns and the pentagrams in the background. This'll totally trigger that Christian. What a sensitive snowflake he'll be.
No! Only I'm allowed to dress up as the bad guys. Don't you know how offensive that is?
Which is funny because these smug anti-theist debate me bros, they like to view themselves as these really edgy people. They're so punk, man. They're not being controlled by the social norms and moral taboos of today. They're beyond that. But again, that was like 20 years ago. If you're really that edgy and in favor of breaking these moral taboos,
then why don't you just say the N-word?
That's what I thought, retard. You're just a poser. These people aren't what they pretend to be. You aren't edgy. In 2026, you're the very pearl clutcher you're pretending to fight. Who here is getting offended over a single word? Not me. And that's the core problem I have with these people. Their perception of themselves has nothing to do with what they are in reality. And I don't have problems with atheists. Like, a lot of atheists are pretty chill. It's these mid-witted pseudo-intellectual debate me bro atheists. And what I mean by debate me bro, to be very specific, is that we have this type of person that views the people they disagree with as unintelligent, uneducated, and illogical.
You see, Chud, I'm just an atheist because that's the logical position to hold.
Oh, God bless you.
Excuse me? What did you say? Do you have any evidence that God blessed me there?
Where's your source of information? I don't really want to debate. Golly, no, this is not what I wanted. I just wanted to... Debate me bros, theist or not, are just insufferable people. But what's so funny is they like to claim that they're holding the logical position, that they're guided by reason and logic, not simply emotion like everybody else who disagrees with them. Clearly, this is a sign of higher intelligence to them. Yet, if you ever interact with these people, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Logic, reason, and intelligence, these are traits that are universally useful and applicable in life. Yet for some reason, this extremely intelligent debate me bro tends to be a loser. I mean, the common archetype of the debate me bro is this guy who doesn't take care of his appearance, smells really bad, and is just an unlikable loser. If you are truly intelligent, why don't you leverage that to making your own life better and getting the things you want? There are so many debate me bro channels out there, especially the atheistic kind. They view themselves as logical, reasonable, and intelligent. Yet you can't utilize that intelligence to grow your channel or post good videos? I mean, even the bigger ones that people know of are just relics of a past time that people don't tune into anymore. Yet again, if you were truly intelligent and logical, you'd be able to figure out after 1,000 videos why nobody is watching you despite you continuing to post. Come on, aren't you smart and logical? Find that pattern. Why don't you leverage your so-called intelligence for literally anything else in life other than trying to win and look good in debates? For the people who claim to be so smart and logical, they really fail to adapt or evolve in the real world, which makes a lot of sense with the data out there. Because when you compare atheists and theists, It shows that atheists have a lower self-reported bias and dogmatism, yet display higher amounts of it when they're tested. As for IQ, I'll get to that because I know that's going to be one of the number one objections atheists have to this video. I mean, there are channels out there for the sole purpose of farming response videos to Christians, and they even do it to people like 90-year-old grandmas. Look at this old woman and how she doesn't know what she's talking about. You're falling for X, Y, and Z fallacy. So why wouldn't they make a response video to me? Like, there's something unironically wrong with these anti-theists. They have a serious problem. They have a compulsion to try and prove everybody and everything they disagree with wrong. Look at this channel. This channel is a perfect case study for what I'm talking about here. Pondering Points has 3 videos made. Each one has thousands of views. 51,000, 99,000, 179,000. Absolutely phenomenal. I'd be happy with those views myself. And I'm like 70 times bigger than this guy. But when you look at the titles, who do you think's gonna be watching these videos? Look at this. Argument against atheism. Atheism debunked. I mean, if you click on that video, it's got 600 likes and 4,000 dislikes and an astronomical 3,456 comments. I mean, that's like 1 comment per dislike. My goodness, this guy single-handedly summoned every anti-theist on the fucking internet to shit on his videos. I'm telling you, there's something inside of these people driving them to click on every video they see and to leave a dislike and to write a whole book-long essay trying to dismantle what they said. This is not normal or healthy behavior, people. All the chill atheists I know, when I talk to them, this is what they gotta say. Yeah, I don't really believe in God. I just do whatever I want. I don't really know what's out there. I haven't had an experience with anything. I don't see any evidence, so I just don't believe in it. That's it. That's all they say. Like, if that's you, which is probably most atheists out there, you're a functioning normal human being, and this video is not talking about you. But these anti-theists, though, all they ever do in life is literally just hate watch these theists. It's like the funniest thing I've seen. These people, at the end of the day, if you think about it, they're just a shadow of God and Christianity. They don't have a real direction or initiative in life. All they ever do is just react to and hate against these people. That's it. It's insane. And that's how I know I'm gonna get a lot of responses to this video, especially in the comments as well. Just go down and read them. It's a fun time. And one thing they will consistently say is, actually, random studies show strong evidence that atheists are actually smarter and bigger brained. So your entire video is wrong. Here's the truth. There is obviously a correlation with that small difference in IQ between atheists and theists. It's pretty small when you look at it. However, the reason for that is very likely due to the fact that a lot of these countries where these studies take place in have very religious populations in general. And as you know, with everything that goes mainstream, you get more and more stupid people filling it up. I fully admit that and acknowledge it to be true. I'm with you on that. My personal opinion was atheism was cooler when it was much more niche. But now that it's becoming mainstream, the same thing that happened to My Hero Academia is happening to atheism. It's now filling up with tons of gay and dumb people with daddy issues.
Because of the population size of each group, there are many more believers who are smarter than a lot of atheists, and even smarter than all atheists. This research can only tell us which group is on average more intelligent. The difference in IQ is not practically noticeable. This means that apart from looking at IQ scores, you cannot tell through social interaction whether or not an atheist or believer is more intelligent. Third, we also must note, because of how small the population of atheists is compared to believers, there is a greater number of religious individuals with high IQ than there are atheists with high IQ. Additional research has found little evidence that primed analytical thought decreases religiosity. In fact, in some cases, it increases one's intrinsic religiosity. Given all these facts, there is good reason to doubt that religion makes people less intelligent, or that gaining intelligence means you reject religion. When it comes to the argument that this research means religion makes you less intelligent, this can easily be demonstrated to be confusing correlation with causation. A more likely explanation is that a religious ideology is often the dominant view among the consensus of a population, and therefore requires less intelligence from the average person to hold to their religious beliefs. In other words, when one's worldview is rarely challenged by the people around them, one can become complacent with their beliefs and require less intelligence to hold to them. Interestingly enough, a study from 2016 demonstrated the average need for cognition is lower when one holds to the most prominent religion of a society. When your beliefs are more readily accepted by most members of a society, there is less of a need to develop one's crystal intelligence to justify your beliefs. Furthermore, this study did not find that when religious individuals were primed with analytical thinking, religion declined. Additionally, Further support for this can be found in a cross-cultural analysis, which found that the correlation between analytical thinking and atheism was fickle and varied from country to country. The UK actually shows moderate evidence of a sign reversal, whereby analytic thinkers were mildly more religious.
The notion that being more religious makes you stupid, or being stupid makes you more religious, is absolutely unsubstantiated. The only people who really push that idea are edgy atheists with daddy issues, probably raised by Protestant or Catholic parents. But buddy, you aren't exceptionally different in any way other than being a narcissistic, angry that is still holding on to and being controlled by religion. Because if everything you do is in reaction to or opposition to us, guess what that means? Who's really in control here? If I do something and it guarantees a reaction, like tons of people making reaction videos, or leaving very long, angry comments, who's really in control here? It's not the angry anti-theist. And I don't mean to say this like in an edgy, weird way, like, who's actually the big brain here? No. It's just human nature and how people are, which again makes anti-theists merely a shadow to theists, nothing more. Because again, normal atheists who just live their lives and do whatever they want, they don't care about us. They are free agents. They just do whatever they want. They're living up life. Not you, though. Think about that. As for what's actually going on, I'll tell you what I think. When it comes to these anti-theist debate me bros, they tend to view themselves as more logical, reasonable, and intelligent. But I don't see any evidence to suggest those things, especially when you look at their personal lives. They aren't happy individuals. They aren't getting the things they want in life, especially with these channels that aren't flourishing or working out well. If you were smart, you'd be able to figure out how to get more views after posting for 2 decades. I don't see any evidence to suggest they're above average intelligence. Unless there are different types of IQ, I don't really understand. I know there's verbal IQ, spatial IQ, but maybe there's debate me bro IQ, which is entirely one-dimensional and doesn't help in any other areas in life. Which again points to the idea that they're not more intelligent, logical, or reasonable. From what I can see, all they're doing at the end of the day is simply rationalizing their beliefs after they get to it. They come to their position and then they try and rationalize and explain why it's true, rather than using that reason and logic, that high IQ they supposedly have, to arrive at their opinion. Everything they have is simply being utilized to defend their beliefs and attack those that they disagree with, which makes them not that much different from anybody else. That's how most people are. Right-wing, left-wing, atheistic or theistic, most people operate and live that way. But the more you deny it, the more detrimental it will be in your life. And that's the end of this video. It's a bit more mean and aggressive, but I thought it was a fun video that should be made. It's been a pet peeve of mine for a while. And a special thanks to everybody who's supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I hope you have a good one.